So if you have something in mind, but you don't know how to bring it up with your partner, you could have a conversation with Aria first and say, how do I do this? Or could you ask Aria, could you bring this up at the next meeting when we sit down and you make the suggestion instead of me making it?
Yeah. So,
all right, look, hear me out. I feel like this is like a kinky kind of app, right? So it's like, all right, you're into some stuff that you're not so sure how to talk to your partner about it. And this is a way, the AI, so you get the AI to know, hey, your man's into some wild stuff, or your girl's into some wild stuff. So the AI knows that about me, AI knows that about her. And it's like, hey, how do I get her to, I'm not even gonna insert any sort of comments, but like, how do I get her to do this thing that I like, right? Without making it weird or coming off too pushy or aggressive or something like that. So maybe that's where the app comes into play. But again, like I said, if you're all in a long-standing committed relationship, hey man, sometimes you just gotta let your freak be known. Not sometimes, you need to. Because otherwise you're gonna be unhappy, unfulfilled. You gotta let your freak be known. Like, let people know let your partner, not people, let your partner know what turns you on, what you get down with. So you're gonna be satisfied, and so you're satisfying them. They should be letting you know too. Don't be holding that shit in, because then you're gonna be unhappy all the time for the rest of your life. What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Trey.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Back at it with another video.
Another one.
I'm on a TMZ kick today. Caught a couple of interesting stories on there, and I wanted to share with y'all. This one, AI is here, and it's here to stay, man. This monster is gonna eventually continue to evolve and just be a part of everything in our life. And I'm with it, right? I'm with advancing technology. I'm with any sort of progress we can see as humanity and our society to an extent. I don't know if all of these things are going to be good advancements. I get it. The way technology advances, we just have to be ready for it, adapt, and we're along for the ride, right? So this next story is pretty interesting. I'll give you my thoughts as it goes on. But yeah, buckle up. It's kind of wild.
Are you ready for a new roommate? Maybe someone to help your relationship along. Look, we all have digital assistants, right? Depending on your household, you have Alexa, or you have Siri, maybe Gemini, Google, whatever you got. Now, we want to introduce you to Arya. This is a new concept. Arya is there specifically not to look up whatever on the internet for you, but to help you with intimacy. It is a couple's intimacy concierge. And Arya is the invention of our guests, Offer Yahudai and Athena Gale. Athena.
All right. So first off, I'm going to give my immediate thoughts, right? I know people go to therapists, intimacy coaches, relationship counselors, like things of that nature. So I'm not completely off, what the concept of this is. I would always encourage people, though, to if you're in a relationship like this, you can go to a relationship counselor and work on how to communicate and things of this nature. But I've been married for over 20 years. It's tough, right? It's hard. But without talking to your partner and y'all really getting to the crux of your communication and Yeah, you can go about love languages and things of that nature. It helps. It definitely helps. But you have to, ultimately, you have to work these things out amongst your partner. Yes, you can go to therapy, get kind of like a mediator kind of thing going on. But ultimately, even after that mediation is done, you're going to have to come back together and interact and connect. I don't know if utilizing AI as sort of like a middleman or a coach or whatever is going to fix whatever these people are lacking, right? But hey, I haven't tried it, and by all means, any sort of resource that people can utilize to bring that spark back to their relationship, whatever the case may be. I'm not going to knock it. I'm just very skeptical, is what I'm getting at.
Is an intimacy counselor, and offer you are the brains behind this this invention, which is going to revolutionize people's relationships, right?
One of the brains, not the only one. Definitely part of the team. Yes.
Okay. So how does this work? It used to be people would just, if you had issues at home, maybe you'd go to
A therapist.
A therapist. You go to a marriage counselor, maybe even a sex counselor. But now you're offering this on a digital level. How does this work?
For most of us, being very happy couples, having great life, but 9 p.m. exhaustion is real. Evening come, maybe you clean the kitchen sink, and you don't immediately feel sexy like we all see in the movies. So we just thought, how can we make it easier for most people?
Yeah, the mental load is real. The last thing you want to be thinking about after you've done your whole entire day is, how am I going to turn my partner on? And we are using AI to not take you away from your partner, but to bring you closer to your partner. We are the best.
So let's unpack what she just said. Bring you closer to your partner. Yeah. Again, let me know what y'all think in the comments. But if you're utilizing AI to connect with your partner, is it really getting you closer to your partner, or is it just, recommending how to get closer to your partner? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you really getting close to your partner, or, did we just chat GPT like what we think our partner wants to hear? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like I said, y'all let me know what y'all think. I'm skeptical of how this is going to really improve your relationships. I think it just further allows us to detach from one another, but I guess that's where my head goes with it. I feel like when you're utilizing like something like this, that it kind of disconnects. It's like you guys, utilizing a middleman, like your best friends, to coordinate your intimacy, which is I guess a method, right? It's a method. But yeah, I just don't. Something about it just kind of feels like it's missing the point of being in a committed relationship.
Friend slash therapist slash sex expert that you didn't realize you needed with you at all times.
So when a couple signs up, the first thing they do is meet with an actual human person and have you go through some surface level questions, I'm guessing, about your relationship. And
I
then,
hope that they're
Athena, you're taking that information and then
licensed
programming
professionals that they have to meet with.
the Aria unit that they're going to use, or the AI service that they're going to use.
We have a data scientist, we have a relationship scientist who takes that information and then lets the concierge team know, that's me, how to communicate to that particular couple on why they are going to Arya. So is it they need more intimacy, more emotional closeness, so they want to...
Yeah, I think just like therapy, I think if in order for this product to be something that I would even mildly think is a viable option, yeah, it's got to have some. Well, they say it's backed by science, but yeah, there should be some medical professionals, some doctors, licensed practitioners that are involved in this process in some sort of way. I mean, there may be. They may just not get into it with this, but I think that should be a must.
Be a lot bolder in the bedroom. And so the AI is helpful, but it's being led by a team of humans in a really smart way that's not spying or trying to collect your information.
So I got two things. I'm trying to think of which one I want to ask first. I guess the first thing is that if you guys have experts who are evaluating this, why use the additional step of AI? What does that bring to the table if you already have this team of experts who can relay back to you? I mean, what's AI adding?
So AI really allows us to
24/7
amplify all the knowledge we have in the house and make it accessible. And also remember, a couple is a system of two. So maybe one partner prefer to get the answer very quickly, just give me the bottom line, what should I do with my partner? And then others prefer like, give me like a long form, help me really understand why. So we can use AI to take the knowledge and make it more accessible based on how you prefer to consume it. Previously, that was kind of...
So something just dawned on me too, like based on the how they're presenting the argument, like if hey you're you know, doing life is lifing, right? And you just don't have time for intimacy or thinking up ideas on how to spice things up or whatever the case may be. That's the argument that they're presenting. So if life is lifing and you don't have time to think about all that, you've got time to open up your app and talk to the app about it. The step you're saying you don't have time for, you've now replaced with, I'm going to open this app and ask the app what I should be doing. So it's already on your mind, like, hey, like it's whatever, however that thought comes into your head. Hey, it's been a minute since me and my wife had affection, or it's been a minute since this, that, and the third. There was some sort of romantic gesture or option. Like, y'all are already in this committed relationship, so you used to do things. Spice it up is one thing, right? So getting ideas on like different things you can do to make something special, maybe that's a little nuance. But yeah, just like hey, I want, we want to have some. Me and my wife took you from a show. Y'all gonna laugh. So old show, Parenthood. If y'all never watched it, it's an awesome show. Go take a look at it. But anyway, one of the couples in the show would call, sexy time, right? Funky town, right? Whenever they was getting down, they would say, that was their code word, funky town. And me and my wife adapted that. So anyway, funky town, right? If you're going to take somebody to Funky Town, like how you go about it, like you've made that decision, like, okay, tonight's the night. You've already thought about it. You've already thought about, hey, that you want to do this thing, and you've been in a relationship with this person for a long time. You know how to get it done. You know what they like, or else y'all wouldn't be at this point. Now, if that person desires different things now, or they want you to try different things, you should be able to have that conversation. I just don't get how you replace that step with AI, with an app. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get how you replace that step with some sort of technology.
It's very hard to do. And now via text, you can just get the answer you need pretty much immediately.
So if you have something in mind, but you don't know how to bring it up with your partner, you could have a conversation with Aria first and say, how do I do this? Or could you ask Aria, could you bring this up at the next meeting when we sit down and you make the suggestion instead of
You know
me
what?
making it?
Yes.
Yeah. So
All right, look, hear me out. I feel like this is like a kinky kind of app, right? So it's like, all right, you're into some stuff that you're not so sure how to talk to your partner about it. And this is a way the AI, so you get the AI to know, hey, your man's into some wild stuff or your girl's into some wild stuff. So the AI knows that about me, AI knows that about her, and it's like, hey, how do I get her to, yeah, I'm not even gonna insert any sort of comments, but like, how do I get her to do this thing that I like, right? Without making it weird or coming off too pushy or aggressive or something like that. So maybe that's where the app comes into play. But again, like I said, if you're all in a long-standing committed relationship, hey man, sometimes you just gotta let your freak be known. Not sometimes, you need to, because otherwise you're gonna be unhappy, unfulfilled. You gotta let your freak be known. Like, let people know let your partner, not people, let your partner know what turns you on, what you get down with. So you're gonna be satisfied, and so you're satisfying them. They should be letting you know too. Like, yeah, like, don't be holding that shit in, because then you're gonna be unhappy all the time for the rest of your life.
we're not having like meetings. We're texting all the time. You can text your,
Okay,
yeah.
but then that brings me to this other thing, which is there's a movie called Rashomon, where you could look at, two people can look at the same thing and see totally different things. So if you have a couple, they may not be on the same page with everything. So one person says something to you and you come up with all this and you go to AI and they come up with an answer, but it doesn't necessarily address what the other person is feeling, which could be totally different. So
Yeah, no,
what I
unless you
actually wanted was- They're
unless
saying
you
that
do
they're
couples
both doing it.
therapy, which is different, when one person talks to you, that's just a one-sided thing.
And that's why you really shouldn't rely on ChatGPT for any relationship advice. For this reason exactly. You talk to Chat, Chat will hype you up and make sure you're right, but Chat doesn't know what your partner really
Right.
wants. We build a concierge that really texts with both partners and really have the full picture of where the two are coming
Yeah, I
from,
think I
what
understand
kind
the
of desire
concept. I just
gaps
don't know
Yeah.
if I
they may
agree with
have.
it.
And people may feel like snowflakes, but at the end of the day, we do kind of
Very common requests.
Yes.
Boosting intimacy. My partner wants it more than I do. My partner wants it less than I do. I want more foreplay. He wants less foreplay. It's a lot of us taking both those sides and then finding a way to then bridge that for them. We are the bridge for them.
The bridge. I've heard of that too.
bridge.
Bridge over
So,
troubled waters.
I know. So
Dang.
typical,
You know what? I was
actual
thinking that.
face-to-face counseling with someone would cost, depending on where you are, somewhere between $200-300 an hour. What is the going price for Aria?
Membership starts at $60 a month, and that includes your own concierge, all the content,
cheaper than couples therapy.
and the products that are shipped to your house. So it's all included.
The
And people who
products?
sign, yes.
Yeah.
What products?
Okay,
Like really,
Yeah, let me
toys?
walk you through this.
Oh, is it like a
so every
series?
month you're assigned an experience. So let's say you and your partner
Yep,
both
freaky.
decide you want to push some boundaries a little bit.
This
Maybe you
is a
want to
daytime
get
show. Just to
Yes.
remind you. Okay, but go ahead.
maybe you want to get into a little bit of restraint play. And so we will send you an experience of a ton of content with educational videos, activities you can do together, conversation prompts, how to do things safely,
Like Twister.
some fantasies to like gain inspiration from, a playlist just for that type of
now we're
play.
gonna
So
gamify
a
it.
restraint play playlist. And then at the end of the month, you actually get sent a few items to bring your date night to life. So we are giving you all the ideas, all the things to talk about.
So, okay. I don't know about like having a subscription and paying all that money for that, but that may be something. Not saying that I'm interested, I'm going to subscribe right now, but that might be something, right? A lot of couples, like, they do lose that spark, they do lose that intimacy. You know, me and my wife talk to other couples all the time that just have an issue. And sometimes, like let's be real, like, I'm not gonna be like, oh no, we getting it in all the time. I'm never in a drought. Like, yeah, no, sometimes, you know, life is happening, whatever is going on, you know what I'm saying? And then, hey, you know, there may be a small drought. We don't go too crazy though, because we usually address it and try and get down to the bottom of what's going on. It's usually, you know, when we beefing over something. But anyway, but yeah, no, that type, for that use alone, that could be something for many couples to enjoy, you know, spicing things up, doing something new, doing something maybe that they wouldn't normally do, trying something out. And that might get that flare, that spark back in, and maybe using this sort of, I feel like it's kind of like a gamified version of it, where it's like, hey, for date night, you know, we're gonna do this thing, and we'll just see what happens, and then, you know, they may end up enjoying it, maybe like, oh no, that's weird, we never doing that shit again. But yeah, essentially that's the end of it. But let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think that this could be something that benefits a lot of couples, spices up relationships, things of that nature? I'm not sure that I'm on board with it. Like I said, I think there's a level of disconnect that it provides that, you know, will, I think, ultimately affect you and your partner's relationship. It's not, I don't think when you lose that ability to communicate with one another on what you like and what you dislike, I think, you know, your relationship slowly starts to suffer for it, right? But, you know, let me know what y'all think in the comments. But until next time, I'll holla at you.